Hello, welcome to Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live. I am psyched to be back with you all, solving a new crossword puzzle. We got Ledition and Amy Gal on Twitch in chat, already saying good afternoon and saying hello to each other. Hey, Amy, how you doing? And we're live on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitch. If you usually watch us on TikTok, don't worry, we will be back there as soon as we can be. But in the meantime, we appreciate anyone making the migration to. We got G Unit on YouTube saying yo. The whole gang's here. Tina saying good morning on Twitch, and we are ready to go. I think. I've got a hard crossword loaded, so don't expect this one to be a breeze, but they never are, and yet they always kind of are because you guys are really good at these. Today's puzzle is called Lower Education. It's by Mark McLean. We've solved a bunch of Mark McLean puzzles on the channel before, and they're always great. So Lower Education, we'll keep that in mind as we go through this. Kristen Capoza is on YouTube saying hi. Hi, Kristen. Glad to have you with us. All right, should we dive in? And we got Arkadium in the chat. Everyone's here. Tina says West Coast 9 a.m. You got up early for this on a Saturday, no less. Early for me. I don't know if 9 a.m. is early for you. One across. I'm already not really sure. Bogus quarter. I feel like I don't know what this is referring to. Four-letter word for bogus quarter. I don't know. Do people have guesses, or do we want to move on right away? Yeah, Amy Gal's giving me the shrug. I'm not sure either. So maybe we check 14 across. Thin bread. AJ's back. Andrew. Do you prefer Andrew or AJ? Now I don't know what to call you. Now that I've seen everybody's dual username, I don't know what to call them. Ledition saying Saturday New York Times this morning solved in 4 minutes and 15 seconds. That is blazing fast for a Saturday New York Times. Those are hard puzzles. All right, so Tina and Ledition like slug for one across. Oof. So I think a slug is like a fake coin that you can put in a slot machine. Is that what a slug is? It's kind of what it's like counterfeit money, right? That's tough. It's a tough sense of the word slug too. You know, you could clue it in terms of the insect. I feel like this puzzle is setting the tone that we can expect already, right out of the gate at one across. This is not going to be an easy ride. 14 across. Amy and Ledition and Tina all like PETA. Yeah, that looks good. And the crosses seem to check out. Bunny Hop Brady is on YouTube. And AJ saying, is pita bread thin? I would say pita bread is thin. Yeah. I would say so. And Lucy Thompson on Facebook, aka Lucinda. Pointy topper. Yeah, Amy Gal points out roti is another. Yeah, roti and naan. There's a lot of four-letter flatbreads. Frankly, pita looks the best just at first glance with the crosses, especially since Amy and Tina are guessing spire for one down, which works nicely with the P in pita. Spire, pointy topper is a spire, looking good, looking real good. And Barbara gave me an emoji. Oh, pita bread, is that a pita bread emoji? I did not know that existed. Okay, fine paper material. Fine paper material. What do we think? And Ledition is already guessing the theme. I don't know how you would know the theme by now. Theme for the longer entries, 8 and 9 letters, would be stuff starting with R. Oh, because the 3 R's is a concept in lower education? Man, I would be impressed if you snapped that. AJ is asking for the title. The title is Lower Education, so that's why Ledition was guessing something about the 3 R's, because that's something you learn in, pre-college. So it's Lower Education, but I sort of doubt we have even encountered a theme answer yet. It's not like yesterday's puzzle where the themers were at 1 across and 1 down. That's pretty rare. All right, Lucinda likes linen, fine paper material. Wow. Not the easiest stuff. Not the easiest stuff. Let's see. What do we got here? Ledition is giving me all these trivia facts. Eric Agard, a former Jeopardy champion, did the Saturday New York Times crossword. Yes, I'm familiar with Eric's work. He's a fantastic constructor. And Ledition is saying Stan Newman won 8 days on Challenger in the Tournament of Champions on Jeopardy. I didn't know that. So Stan Newman is the editor of this puzzle that we're doing right now. A lot of Arkadium's puzzles are edited by Stan Newman. I did not know he was a reigning Jeopardy champ. That's pretty awesome. 46 across designation. Oh, sorry, this has been on the screen, and we haven't even looked at 46 across. Maybe we just skip it? Do 3 down? We'll figure that out when we get to 46. Unmitigated. Unmitigated. UT. A little strange. What do we think? Unmitigated. Huh. I find this strange. AJ's like, it's a tricky one today. Yeah, I'm feeling that way too. Should we check 4 down? Ran at Churchill Downs. Ran at Churchill Downs. Okay, I have a guess for this one. If you know what Churchill Downs is, it helps. That's a... Yeah, I like what Amy's saying. And Tina. Galloped. Churchill Downs is a racetrack. And so the people who run at Churchill Downs are horses, people. Yeah, so they gallop. G-Unit likes galloped and AJ. All right, good. We're all in agreement. And Barbara McDowell on Facebook is saying udder, I see, unmitigated udder. Yeah, wow, that actually makes perfect sense. I just, somehow the clue and the UT looks so strange, but udder is like total, unmitigated, complete udder. Nice. All right, 20 across, possibly our first theme answer of the day, returns to the house, and house is capitalized, importantly. Returns to the house. Oh, yeah, and AJ is pointing out that we did get 17 across, even though we didn't even understand the clue because we didn't look at 46. Looks like it's short for international. So 46 across, wherever it's hiding, is going to be something international. We'll try to make a note when we get there. Amy and Tina like re-elects for returns to the house. I like that too. Returns means does it again, and the house is capitalized, so we're talking House of Representatives. Looks good. Rick is on YouTube. Welcome, Rick. Also saying re-elects. Chooses courses. But this is actually education related, so maybe this is where the theme begins. Not sure. Right? AJ says my brain was stuck on reel. Yeah, that was actually tough. Like REEL. It looks like reel something. Reel in, reeling in. But no, it was re-L. Tina and Lucindy and the Mini is with us. And Vidart and Bunny Hop Brady all saying enrolls. Chooses courses, enrolls. Looks good. Do you enroll in like college classes? So maybe that is a theme answer, not sure. Manning of football. Okay, even I know this one, and I'm not much of a football person. Amy and Ledition and Tina all saying Eli. Eli Manning, indeed. One of 2 famous Manning brothers in football. Weapon in Laurel and Hardy's Battle of the Century. Huh. Interesting. So Laurel and Hardy were an old comedy duo. I don't know exactly what Battle of the Century is. Hey, we got Supermat on Instagram. We got someone on Instagram playing. People never play on Instagram. I don't know why. And Supermat got Eli Manning and enrolls and is asking me about the new Superman movie, which I have not seen. Lucinda writes pie, which makes sense. Yeah, Tina's saying pie in the face for Laurel and Hardy, an old comedy duo. I feel like they liked to launch pies at each other. So I like that. Smith on YouTube is saying, hey, back to you. Okay, produce or produce? Produce or produce? AJ, nice, that was fast. Make. Kind of a vague clue. But make and produce, I mean, they are synonyms. Definitely works. Let's check the E. Check the E. 49 follower. Okay, in what world is this not 50? 49 follower. What is that going to be? Barbara McDowell's just giving me the question mark, the equivalent of a shrug. I see. My Twitch viewers are quite smart. Oh, wow. That's a brutal clue. They're saying ERS. Tina's saying the San Francisco 49ers, another football clue. So 49 follower, like the suffix on 49 in some contexts is ERS, 49ers. Wow. Wow, tough stuff. Tough stuff. Ledition says it's fair game for these puzzles. I totally agree. Jessica's here on YouTube saying, hey, Jack. Hello to you, Jessica. So glad you made the migration from TikTok. Taylor Swift footwear. Okay, so Amy and Tina are both saying Keds. I know Keds as a footwear brand, but are they particularly associated with Taylor Swift? Fill me in. Why is this clue referring to Taylor Swift? Minnie's like, nah. Touches against. Okay. This is a common crossword entry. Tina says, yeah, they're flat sneakers, but why Taylor Swift? Because the world refers... I don't know. Touches against, and that is crossing driver summoning app. Driver summoning app. It's definitely an app I use often. Yeah, Ledition is saying I guessed K from the Keds. Yeah, once you know footwear brand. But so far I don't have a satisfying answer for why this is Taylor Swift specific. Minis to Mini got Uber, yeah. AJ and Lucinda saying, yeah, Ubers, you summon a driver with them, and to touch against is to a butt. Looking good. Pretty smooth solve so far. Soapy stuff, and we're crossing something that certainly looks a lot like muscle. Oh, and we have an asterisk here. So this is a theme answer. I think this is our first theme answer because we have a star. Motor skill retention. Motor skill retention. And AJ and Minnie's Mini are telling me that suds should be the soapy stuff. Yeah, that looks good. Confirms that muscle is starting the down. And motor skill retention. I like Amy's suggestion of memory, muscle memory. Good entry. And muscle memory, it has a star on it, so I think there's going to be some revealing phrase explaining why this is a theme answer. So we should look for more. Maybe our themers are all going to be downs, like maybe 32 down is another themer. Let's check this section. Poetic lowland. Poetic lowland. By the way, now that we have a handful of viewers, I kind of wanted to experiment with something. Since we're not on TikTok anymore, our viewership is very segmented across different platforms, and you guys can't even see what everyone else is seeing. There's a way to overlay the chat so that everyone can see the chat as I see it. Bear with me while I experiment with it, and if it looks horrible and you don't like it... Oh, actually, never mind. Apologies, I can't do that. All right. Forget I said anything. And instead, let's just go and listen to suggestion of Dale for Poetic Lowland. I'll try that tomorrow. Yeah, Dale looks good. Minnie says game changer. Was that referring to my promise that I didn't follow through on? I'm sorry. I didn't realize apparently you can't change the setting while you're live, so I have to start the live that way. I know, AJ's like getting our hopes up. But is that something people want to try? Maybe tomorrow we'll try. I'm going to try a horizontal view. Since we're not on TikTok, we can do horizontal, and I'll have the chat on one panel. And we'll see how that goes. EndNote abbreviation. Vidar pointing out smartly that this could be Vale too. Yeah, Poetic Lowland. Dale and Vale both actually mean a lowland. So maybe we check the down here. D-Bone says do it tomorrow. Minius Mini says I'd like to see how it looks. All right, so we'll try it tomorrow. Unfortunately, there's a risk because it seems like I can't change it once we're live. So if it's terrible tomorrow, we'll have to suffer through it. But you guys are all here experimenting with us. I appreciate that. Intuitive feeling. Tina, quick on vibe. Yeah. Good vibes here today. And it was Vale after all. Nice eye, Vidart. We had an error in the grid, and I did not detect it at all. Singers from Stockholm. I definitely know this one. And have we looked at this? Yeah, EndNote abbreviation. I think someone had a guess for this. Who was it? Maybe not. Barbara said aisle. Barbara was probably saying aisle for 30 down, 30 across. Never mind. All right. Yeah, ABBA. ABBA are the singers from Stockholm. Great. Yeah, in Letition writing IBID for the EndNote abbreviation. IBID is an abbreviation in like a bibliography or something where if you're citing something, or maybe actually not in a bibliography, but in a paper, if you're citing something that you've already cited before, citing a source that you've cited before. Nice, D-Bone had that one too. KC Cuisine. What is KC referring to here? Amy Galantina and Ledition on Twitch are all saying barbecue, as is AJ on YouTube. Is this like Kansas City? Kansas City barbecue is a thing. Wow. Yeah. Tough. We got Rand on Twitch. Welcome, Rand. Yeah, AJ noting Kansas City is famous for their barbecue. Nice. Fontaine contents. Yeah, Ledition says has to do with the kind of sauce they use there. Right. Everyone. There's also like Tennessee barbecue and Texas barbecue, of course. And everyone has their own variant on barbecue sauce. Lucinda and D-Bone write, water in French. This is water in French, and this is fountain in French. So there is water in a fountain. Looks good. And 32 down, we do have another star. So our themers are vertical today, for whatever reason. Chewy candy in Canterbury. Chewy candy in Canterbury. Yeah. AJ saying setting up for liquid something. Right. It does look like liquid something. What do we think? And Canterbury, so Canterbury is in England. Huh. Okay, well, D-Bone and Bunny and Minnie have a different idea, and Vidar. Everyone on YouTube is in agreement that it's licorice. Is this how they spell licorice in England? Do we have any Brits in chat? Can you confirm? Because I would definitely spell licorice with a C and no U, right? And replacing this QU with a C is how I would spell licorice. But it is a chewy candy, so it's looking good. Logician says it's a punny clue. I'm not sure. Cook County Hub. We often have a lot of Brits in chat. No one can confirm them? Minnie says, I spell it with a QU. Where are you from, Minnie? Cook County Hub. Huh. Okay. Cook County Hub. Yeah, this is looking like it's going to be O'Hare. I wouldn't have been able to tell you that O'Hare was in Cook County, but it is definitely a hub, meaning a very busy airport in Chicago. So that looks good. Okay, Minnie is from England, and you spell it with a QU. Very interesting. Made more acute. Made more acute. I wonder why we're specifically getting the British spelling here, if that's somehow thematic. Ledition is writing honed. Nice. That looks good. Made more acute. Rand getting that as well. To hone your craft, I guess. Tina says, Ledition, you are so smart. I know. D-Bone on YouTube, close behind with Honed. Ooh, I'm looking at way too many suddenly. Satirical skit. Satirical skit. Okay, so we have two themers, by the way, and I'm not whiffing a theme yet. They're both starred, which gives me hope that we're going to get some explainer at some point, but we have licorice and muscle memory. So if you can see any patterns or connections between these, keep it in mind. Curious what's going on. Jessica on YouTube writes parody. Yeah, I like that. Satirical skit is a parody, for sure. 52 down, seaside structure. Seaside structure. And that is a budding ultimate attainment. Ultimate attainment. Okay. Minnie on YouTube is saying peer. Ooh, AJ's taking a crack at the theme. The end of the words are colleges, Rice and Emory. Oh my god. How'd you notice that? Look at this. Licorice has Rice, muscle memory has Emory, and it works with our title. Our title is lower education. So that's the joke. Lower education. That's why we have verticals, because it's a location-based clue. These are all lower in the theme entries. AJ, well done to you, my friend. Rice and Emory. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. Very nice. D-Bone on YouTube is like, sweet. Nice observation. Well done. Pat yourself on the back. Ultimate attainment. Okay, so we'll have probably at least two more, I'm guessing, at 22 and 11 down. We'll also end in the names of colleges. Lucinda is so smart, yeah. Minnie's giving AJ a clap. Okay. What's going on? Rand is saying that this could be Acme or Apex. Yeah, fair point. Acme and Apex, that's a common crossword mix-up. Both four letters, both start with A, both pretty much mean the same thing. So we do a cross. Hockey infraction. Hockey infraction. D-Bone saying, who was that from? What are you referring to? Like, who got the theme? 55 across. Tina says icing, a hockey infraction. What is icing in hockey? I mean, it seems right because they play on ice, but I don't actually know what icing means. Roast runner. Wait, icing, though, does sort out our Acme Apex debate. It is going to be Acme after all. And now 58 across is pretty clear, I think. And 61 across, wetland grasses. And maybe we'll take a look at 43 down as well, just while we're here, while we're in the neighborhood. Employees displays. Employees displays. Okay. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing. Minnie says MC. A roast, like a Comedy Central roast, you know, it has an MC running the show. And wetland grasses are definitely reeds, as Lucinda points out on Facebook. And I guess employees' displays are badges. Employees have their badges on. Crystal's here on YouTube, coming in with badges just in time. And Maverick. Got a couple new names. Love to see it. We got rail thin at 43 across. And scrolling back, Tina says, I don't know what icing is except that it's a penalty. Yeah, so I guess there's a hockey infraction called icing. Does anyone know what it specifically is? What is icing in hockey? Curious. Jessica on YouTube says, we don't need no stinking badges. Yeah, it's probably the best movie quote with the word badges in it. D-Bone and Crystal saying bony for rail thin. Nice. Barbara McDowell even giving me a bone emoji for that one. Okay. Center of the puzzle. Here we come. Ungrouped. Ungrouped. Been pretty smooth sailing on today's crossword so far. And just as I say that, don't have many guesses. Although Jessica and Bunny Hop Brady, and I see everyone coming in now with alone for ungrouped. Yeah, if you're not part of a group, I guess you're alone. Makes sense. Vet Art and Crystal like it as well. Very in music. Okay. Little tip, I think musical notation often uses Italian. So if you know how to say very in Italian, I think that's what we're looking at here. So Rand says maybe putting on brakes in somebody's face with ice. Yeah, that was kind of what I was picturing too, that maybe icing is when you stop short and you kind of spray ice at someone. Is that possible? Minnie looked it up and says apparently it's when someone shoots over their own center red line. Okay. I don't know what answer I was expecting, but I don't think it was that. D-Bone and Tina say molto. Yeah, molto is very in Italian. And therefore also how you say very in music. Like if you want to say very quickly in music, you'd use molto. Voice of Dory. Voice of Dory. Yeah, Amy was quick on this one. Ellen DeGeneres played the fish Dory in the movie Finding Nemo and the sequel Finding Dory. Very nice. Bunny Hop Brady got that one as well. Crystal too. Polynesian language crossing diminutive for Mary. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, Lucinda on Facebook also had Ellen. Everyone knew that one, turns out. Amy Gal saying Molly for diminutive for Mary. I don't think I knew that Molly was short for Mary. But Minnie on YouTube knew it. And Crystal is telling me Maori. Yeah, the Polynesian language looks like Maori. Great. And we're chipping away. Very good. Soft cap. Amy says very common in Ireland, right? Yeah, Molly is a common name in Ireland. Very good. Okay. Rand and Minnie both say beret for a soft cap. I feel like the early corners were very difficult with slug, and there was another tough clue around here. And now we're picking up the pace here. Amy says we have a statue in Dublin called the Molly Malone. I believe I've seen that statue. Southwest topography. Jessica on YouTube is giving me, what is that, artist? Oh, it's beret, nice. I love trying to decipher your emojis. Lucinda says mesa is the Southwest topography. Yeah, that looks good. It's kind of like a plateau, I guess, and it's common in the American Southwest. Okay, we have another themer here, 22 down, first Bond book. And interestingly, this came up in a trivia game I was playing recently of what was the first James Bond book. And we weren't immediately sure, but you will know it when you hear it. Yeah, and Ledition on Twitch is already coming in with it, and Miniest Mini got it as well. Nice. Right, not the first movie, as Ledition points out. It's not the first movie, but it was the first book, was Casino Royale. And very cool, to AJ's credit, Casino, look at this, Y-A-L-E, Yale. So we are indeed ending with the names of schools, colleges, higher education. Nice. Yeah, Lucinda got Casino Royale. Also, Jessica and Crystal. Well done, everybody. So did D-Bone. Yeah, Amy Gal says, I assumed they went in order when making the movies, but apparently not. And Casino Royale, if I recall, was kind of a reboot of sorts. I think it was the first Daniel Craig Bond, and it was sort of an origin story. Wood for surfboards. Yeah, Rand says Dr. No. Dr. No was definitely the first movie, but not the first book. Wood for surfboards. And 22 across is every day. Every day. Okay, Rand and Tina are saying balsa. Yeah, that looks good. Balsa wood for surfboards. I think balsa wood is also used, not like that. Balsa wood is also used for like model airplanes, things like that. I imagine it's good because it's lightweight but sturdy. Lucinda got balsa as well. And Lucinda also telling me common. Yeah, every day is common. Sweet. Okay, we'll do this one and then we'll do what I was going to say. Frying medium. Frying medium. Oh, and Larry Locke is on YouTube. I think guessing casual for every day, which is actually not a bad guess either. We'll keep common in for now. AJ likes casual also. But Tina and Rand are both saying, and Bunny Hop and D-Bone all saying canola for frying medium. That looks really good. Canola oil, you commonly fry in canola oil. Not the easiest clue, but I think you guys nailed it. Let's check 11 down, see if we can figure this out, because we know it's going to end in the name of a school. Comics Great Dane. Okay, I didn't even need to know the school thing. I know the Comics Great Dane. I used to read this. Anyone know this? And it's going to end in the name of a school. L'Addition, as usual, coming in very quickly with it. Give people on YouTube and Facebook a chance. Barbara McDowell got it. Very nice. And Crystal on YouTube and Jessica. Very well done. Marmaduke. Marmaduke is the Great Dane of the funnies, but also ends in Duke, which is a university. And Big Boss is here on YouTube, giving me Marmaduke as well. Very good. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, all of them, we got Yale, we got Duke, we got Emory, and we got Rice. Nice. And it's lower education. Very solid, tight theme. I like it. Llama Kin. AJ said, I figured we would see Yale, but I didn't think Duke, lol. Why'd you figure Yale? I'm curious. Is it because it's comprised of somewhat common letters, so it might be easier to tack on to the end of a word? 9 across. Miniest Mini is saying camel, and Barbara's giving me camel emojis. And Maverick is here on YouTube, also saying camel. Nice. Very small portions. Very small portions. Huh. And it's crossing a gaming pioneer. Interesting. Yeah, Rand and Tina saying atoms. It's a little strange to think of atoms as portions, so I guess they are portions of matter. AJ says, I was thinking like an answer ending in ale, and a lot of adjectives could end in ly. Nice. Good thinking ahead. It turned out, yeah, Casino Royale was a very different way of hiding Yale, but it was good instinct that Yale was a promising candidate for this theme. Yeah, Amy agreeing with me that portions would not make me think atoms. Yeah, that gave me pause as well. Very small portions. It's like, that's the smallest conceivable portion. I guess I could serve you a proton. Larry Locke on YouTube is saying Atari. Yeah, gaming pioneer Atari, indeed. And what do we have here? Scandinavian land to natives. Oh, no. It's looking like Norway, but I don't know what Norwegians call Norway. Is that what this is? D-Bone saying Norse. We'll have to look at the downs, I think, unless someone knows this. Let's look downs. And so, ... And here we have creditor's claim. Okay. Big Boss is like, I'd like a muon on the side, please. That's great. I'd like a muon on the side. Yeah, very small portions at this place. Okay, so it's looking like it's Norge. I'm sure I'm butchering the pronunciation. Do people know this? Scandinavia. Apparently, this is what they call Norway in Norway. And so was ergo, and creditor's claim is a lien. That all makes sense. It's just saying like Norse mythology. Yeah, I'm not sure. Norge means Norway in Norwegian. That's what Amy says. That's the most likely explanation to my ear. Small portion. Ah, okay. Maybe this was why they clued this in this odd way, very small portions, because they wanted the symmetry in cluing here. Small portion and very small portions. Tina, quick with dab. Just a dab, a small portion. Just an atom, if you will. Luau item. Did we ever make it to 46, by the way? I realized this cross-reference, 46 across designation, abbreviation, and it was international. Ah, I see. O'Hare. Oh, I didn't even point this out when we got here, but O'Hare is an airport, and it is an international airport, so 17 across made sense after all. AJ on YouTube is writing a uke, like a ukulele, short for a ukulele. She play at a luau. Lucinda likes that on Facebook as well. Cool. Analogous. We got analogous at 28 down. And give in a little. Right next door. Vidart says, what's a luau? A luau is a Hawaiian party. Kind of a Hawaiian barbecue, I guess? I've never been to one, but I think it's a tradition in Hawaii where they barbecue on the beach is what I'm picturing. Play ukuleles and dance hula. Jessica and Bunny Hop, Brady and Maverick all saying akin. Yeah, analogous, akin. That seems great. And do we have guesses for give in a little? Yeah, we do. Barbara on Facebook saying bend. I like that. This also looks like it's going to be akin. Smartphone case. Okay. Yeah, Ledition adding with a roast pig is a common dish at a luau. AJ says there's so much fun. Have you been to a luau in Hawaii? Okay. Okay, what do we got? Maverick and Jessica and Barbara all saying skin. Yeah, smartphone case is a skin, I guess. I don't usually call it that, but seems reasonable. Have an inclination. And Nitish is with us on YouTube, also saying skin. AJ says, sure have, in Maui. Oh, that sounds like a blast. I'd love to do that. Yeah, Minnie is like, I've never heard of skin for a smartphone case. It is a bit of a strange clue, but I think it's probably right. Bunny Hop and Maverick and Jessica and D-Bone all giving me 10 have an inclination. Looks great. And so 38, is that going to be a themer? Likely not, because it's symmetric with galloped, which I don't think was a themer. Yeah, there's no star, so this is just a straight answer. Gets hard to see through. Gets hard to see through. Jilly, hello! I forgot about you being on YouTube. Understandable. Well, I'm glad you joined us for the tail end of this crossword. We're going to be on YouTube or /Twitch/Facebook for the next couple days, just as a heads up. And then hopefully back on TikTok, where I think you prefer. Amy Gal has a very clever guess for this. Steams up. Gets hard to see through. Wow, steams up. It does fit it does like make sense. If the glass steams up, it's suddenly harder to see through. Lucinda got it as well. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Arkadium's like, Amy Gal never disappoints. It's so true. Oh, so true. Hatchery product. Hatchery product. Yeah, Jessica and Jilly with their first answer of the day saying roe. Yeah, I guess it's a fish hatchery. And they'll produce some roe. ROTC alternative. Okay. So I know ROTC is like a college program for people heading into the military, but I don't know any alternatives, so I'm gonna need you guys for this one. What do we think? I definitely need you guys. Rand coming in with the first guess of OTS. Jessica says OFC. We might need some crosses here. No one seems to know this. Amy Gal giving me the shrug emoji. All right, when Amy Gal, Barbara, and Jessica, I'm getting a lot of question marks in chat. Okay, here we go. It could be picked up with rabbit ears. Yeah, Lucinda telling me to skip. We're going to skip. It could be picked up with rabbit ears. Jilly did just register a guess for 45 down. Could be picked up with rabbit ears. Interesting. Okay, so Jilly seems to know 45 down. Officer Candidate School. OCS. Huh. Okay, definitely didn't know that. Well done. And yeah, some clever folks are guessing local TV. It could be picked up with rabbit ears. Wow. Local TV. It does fit. And rabbit ears, we're thinking those antenna that you buy and like just stick on the top of your TV. I don't know if people still use this, but then you can pick up whatever's streaming near you. It's a good guess. Let's see if the L works. 2 Mile High Capital. Yeah, Larry also likes local TV. As does Barbara. And Big Boss says, ooh, clever. Yeah, we got a lot of those in Arkadium's Daily Crossword live chat. Miniest Mini says La Paz for the 2 Mile High Capital. I think that's right. Capital of Bolivia. Fun fact, this is the highest capital city in the world, I believe. Check my work, but I think that's true. Adds something. Adds something. Okay. All right, we're getting there. Kind of 2 half sections left, we'll call it. Vidart says it's the second time La Paz came up. Was this in a recent crossword? Yeah, I guess shorter cities you're going to see more often. Big Boss is saying, says more. Yeah, add something. Says more. Mini Smee says, gotta go just before the confetti. Have a good day, night, everyone. See you soon, I hope, Mini Smee. We're back tomorrow, every day, noon. We do this, so please join us again soon. Always great to have you here. Says more. Jessica guesses pays more, adds something. I guess that could be. Says more feels a little more natural. But maybe 54 down can point us in the right direction. Name on sweet breakfast boxes. Sweet breakfast capitalized. So maybe it's a brand. And what do we got? We can check some crosses too. Let's check region with a wine train. Amy Gal's like US foods. I don't know. Yeah, fair enough. Region with a wine train. Amy Gal says Napa. I think you're right. So you don't know US foods, but you know US wine, huh? Jillian, Crystal, and Bunny and Andrew also got Napa, as did Lucinda. Nice. Okay, and Ledition was saying Sarah, as in Sarah Lee, for name on sweet breakfast boxes. Not a bad guess. I guess Sara Lee does make things like coffee cakes and stuff. I don't know the brand name Sweet Breakfast specifically, but this seems plausible to me. Slanderous by definition. A 59 across. Amy Gal says, I'm not even a wine drinker, but I know of Napa Valley. Yeah, fair enough. Napa Valley is more globally famous than Sara Lee, I would suspect. Yeah, Tina and Amy and Barbara on Facebook all saying oral. Yeah, slanderous by definition. I guess libel is when you say something false about someone in writing, and if you slander someone, you speak it out loud. So I think that's an interesting clue. Subtle bid, crossing, knock for a loop. Barbara was guessing R. I think before seeing the clues, noticed that R would make valid words on the down and the cross, but I don't think they actually work with the crosses. D, as AJ is suggesting, I think looks a lot better. Knock for a loop is daze, and a subtle bid is a nod. Maybe at an auction you nod to register your bid. All right, last section. We are almost there, home stretch. Let's see if we get that confetti. Go way up. Go way up. Barbara's laughing because I caught her. It was a good guess. It was good looking ahead. Amy Gal and Rand and Tina saying soar, as is AJ. To go way up, you soar. Oh, okay. It looks like we're getting a revealer here. Lower theme of the answers to the starred clues. Abbreviation. Lower theme of the answers to the starred clues. So remember, our title today was lower education, and all of our theme answers end in the name of a school. So my my non-American viewers are saying unis, because that's what they call it. My American viewers are saying univ, which would be an abbreviation for university. I guess we'll have to see what the crosses say. But yeah, they all end in universities. So I think that is our little revealer for the day. Get up and go. Amy Gal says verve. Yeah, I like that. Bring up the rear. Bring up the rear. All right, only 2 squares left. And what's this? Nonsensical. Nonsensical. And we're crossing reporter there for D-Day. Ooh. All right, Tina and Barbara. Let's see. I don't know, verve was a word. Yeah, verve is a word. It means like, I don't know, what's a good definition for verve? Zest, kind of. Vedart, see you later. We're about to get confetti if you want to stick around for 2 more seconds. Barbara's saying loony is nonsensical. And I guess pile is a reporter there for D-Day. I don't know this, but it does make sense. Bring up the rear is to trail. So I'm going to put an L in here in just a second after you guys give me the drum roll. Are we going to get the confetti? Amy Gal in with the drum roll. Are we going to get confetti today? Here we go. L. Nice. No errors. Perfect grid. Well done, everybody. Well done. Lower education, Rice, Emory, Yale, and Duke. And this puzzle feels close to home. My wife went to Duke and her brother went to Emory, so it was a very familial crossword for me. This was fun, good one, and we got a little revealer here at university. I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow with a fresh crossword and hopefully the same good company. And in the meantime, do check out Arkadium.com. They put out tons of great crosswords like this one and lots of other games as well. I don't expect to be back on TikTok tomorrow, so wherever you're watching today, check us again tomorrow on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, on Instagram. We'll be on all those places. And I might try a different layout. We'll experiment and see how it goes. Thanks for bearing with us during these technical difficulty times. But I had fun today. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to sign off. Bye.